right away. Hold on a sec. Let me get the link out.
Okay.
Now how would I do that? Let's see. I'm sure it's streaming to several places. Think. Copy invite link. I think we're good. It's 8:59, so you can get started whenever you're ready. I'm gonna look at this chart.
Okay. Well, good, beautiful morning, people. Yesterday was certainly eventful, and hopefully you guys stayed safe and out of some things and took your profit, especially on those puts. We saw a nice bounce. I bought multiple contracts and I did hold like two of each, but I'm in significant profit still, even if those go to zero, which kind of goes back to um, just don't play with more than you're willing to lose and always play with the house money. I normally start with economic news. And so we do have some manufacturing numbers and things like that this morning, which are not expected to move the market either which way. Those are later in the day numbers. I believe they're 9:45 a.m. So after market open. Um, so, really not much there. We are definitely, so at 9:30, we will be done with the monthly options expiration. As I think I explained before, those options will expire with the 9:30 a.m. opening print. So, what I'm seeing is a lot of bullish setups on some things, but two things, well, three things, four things that are standing out to me today is that the DOJ has opened up an investigation into UNH, which is a major healthcare company here and an insurance provider here in the United States. I believe their CEO or something like that was assassinated a couple of months back, right there on the streets. Uh, Not sure if that is what led to the investigation. However, it's being called widespread fraud, and they are down 12.82% this morning.
Excuse me one second. I'm looking at the chart and I was looking at it wrong. And I'm like, okay, we can make it to about 463
Yeah,
for any concerns, but it's at 439 already. So let
yeah,
me go
yeah, yeah.
back
Now
to
you see
the
what I was saying was like, oh, whew. um, so we have that. I think that anybody else in that sector, I'm thinking what Cigna is the other one that comes to mind that we may want to take a look at, even though the news is based on them. They all do the same thing. So we'll see if they are, actually, I'll just double check if they're affected by that. In other notable news, while we're looking, in other notable news, oh yeah, by the way, Cigna is down 3% this morning, so ticker CI, something that we may want to take a look at. In other notable news, if you've been watching for a while, you know that I love to play coin, and coin is up quite nicely this morning. The SEC investigation, we just received news, is being dropped as long as the commissioners approve that. And so, with the investigation being closed, it is expected to run like it stole something. So, that to me would put all of your, that probably is good for Hood, it's good for MicroStrategy. Are the ones that come to mind for me. And just another note here, that I also like to play the indices. There was a nice little run back at the end of the day where we did a whole V-shaped recovery yesterday, is how I would describe that. But UNH is very, very heavily weighted in both the Dow and the S&P. And so I think what you're going to see today because of that news is that it's going to be really, really hard to play SPX to the upside. It's just such a large weighting there that it's going to be hard for it to make some traction. I do think once the market absorbs this news and the selling has stopped in UNH, then we can possibly take a look at some upward movement. I like it actually really into next week. I think it's setting up a good call scenario on the SPX and SPY for next week. Because if you look at it, NDX and QQQs are having a nice little bounce here. I just know that it's going to be hard for SPY to make any traction with this going on. So I will be looking for an entry. I don't know what that entry is going to look like, but I will be looking for an entry into, and when I say longer dated on like a SPY contract, for me, longer dated is 10 to 14 days out, but I will absolutely be looking for entry there. And that's all I've kind of got for pre-market news this morning. I will say Carvana had a nice bounce.
I'm in Carvana puts actually right now. I mean, not puts, calls right now. This is to me, it looks like especially on the hourly time frame, a head and shoulders formation. So it aligns with what you just said about like the fundamental side of it, that we can trade. I would think into this 200 moving average, which is at 606.
And we traded into it yesterday and kind of bounced right back. I think UNH is really the only thing that's keeping it down. So like I said, I would just be cognizantly aware of why it is being kind of subdued right now, and just kind of be mindful that it can bounce if the selling stops in UNH. Right there, you're going to pulverize that thing. Woo! And we're trying to get some more downward numbers on UNH. It has Jiminy Crickets. It's the only time frame I'm looking at where it is not below the 200 is the monthly. But we are solidly below the 200. Well, we're right at the 200 on the weekly. No, wait a minute. No, we're below it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at that last candle. So we're below the 200 there. The only thing is and on the monthly, we're not below the 200. But UNH is not looking pretty. It looks like a put that's going to put today. So again, looking at coin, AppLovin, Leslie and I both played that a couple of weeks ago. I made really decent money on the run up to earnings. And it did what we were expecting it to do. But I'm very, very interested in that, potentially some monthly expirations for March. I'm definitely looking for, like I said, the entry on MicroStrategy and Coin. Hood is probably also a good, let's see what it's doing. Yep. Hood up 3% as well. So depending on your pocket, those three things could actually, not even could be, are actually looking very promising. That and Bitcoin looks like it wants to take out 100,000 today. So we'll see if Bitcoin can remain up. What are you looking at, Leslie? Oh, did I lose her? Okay, so I don't know if I have lost Leslie, so I'll just keep talking. While we are here in the pre-market, does anyone have any chart requests? Oh, HUM. Let's do this. Let's get a share up. I think we might have lost Leslie for a short moment. Maybe she's restarting or something. So I don't see her at all. Oh, Humana. I don't even know why they didn't come to mind when I was looking at this, because that's who the military uses for insurance. Oh, it's looking pretty ugly over here too. So this may be our down sector for the day, and it's what is this? This is the monthly. So, ouch, 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 ouch. Let's draw a fib here though. We'll draw it from this high to this low. You back with us after some technical difficulties? I just heard a bloop bloop. Okay, I guess that's not. I can't see what's actually going on in the chat while I'm reviewing the charts. Humana is looking pretty ugly too. Let's see how this translates to the weekly. Yeah, these things have run so far so fast. I guess I'll draw a new fib here. Okay. Y'all probably can see me like leaning into the camera. I am so blind, even with these glasses on.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. You were gone for a few minutes. No, okay. I think it seemed like you needed to, or like you just completely dropped out. But we're taking a look at the Humana chart, like this weekly action here. It looks like some really good put setups in healthcare today. And part of being a trader is being able to make money in any environment and understanding what's moving and why. So we've got some potential calls in the crypto type space, and we've got some puts here brewing in the healthcare sector, healthcare industry. I'm just wondering, and these have run really far, really fast for some of these companies, which makes the puts pretty darn appealing. One thing that we did talk about, well, I know I mentioned yesterday, just the action in Meta and how I felt like it took its beating and it looked like it was ready to bounce. So I did take some calls there at the end of the day. Hopefully those are going to pay, but it looks like the march upward in the market can continue.
There is definitely a shift taking place. Like I said yesterday, I think what I'm noticing is a rotation back into quantum computing stocks. Mm-hmm. And some China's still moving pretty good, but also some biotech stocks.
Oh, by God.
Oklo. Looking at some of the puts that we took, I got out of. It was, what was it? Oh my God, I can't think of the ticker now. Everybody's favorite ticker, Palantir. Got out of Palantir puts probably about midday, and then we took Carvana puts as well yesterday. Got out of those. But what I'm noticing is that now is a good time to jump back into some of those cheaper quantum computing stocks, RGTI, QBTS. I call them the Qs, QBTS, QUBT, QSI. Um, what else is of interest here? And what do you call it? Data center stocks. So some
Yes.
REITs have definitely caught my eye. Although I did read some kind of negative news, I think on DLR this morning. I think AMT is, let me get to, yep, AMT is set up for a nice run. What's the other one? IRM, I think, is dropping. But they're also at good fib retracement levels. So I don't have anything in particular. So one thing of interest is I talked yesterday about Cell H and how there was no real excuse for Cell H to be doing what it was doing except for running down the time clock on the February 21st contracts. And lo and behold, today it is up 35% in pre-market, right where we were when I bought my $40 strikes. So it's just, you have to kind of factor in that manipulation that happens, particularly around the expiration dates that you choose. That's one of the reasons why I like to put more time on my contracts. And your rolling strategy. So I'm really fond of rolling contracts. And I think we'll talk about that some Saturday. But pretty exciting times. Let me just check the news, see if there are
That's what I'm doing now.
any noteworthy updates. News. What news sources do you rely on? I know I rely heavily on bar chart.
Wall Street Journal, CNN, Forbes, Morningstar, Yahoo, just wherever I find a good story. And I'll troll, I will definitely troll those in the morning. And then, like investing.com is always shooting something my way. I'm on Twitter and Truth Social. And they can be really good platforms, I would say. Stuff that I may have missed, like they're just, I just get a little pop up. I don't really use social media for being social. I use it for being informed. So, like when I'll shoot you, screenshots of things that just kind of happen to pop up on Twitter. It's a matter of just who I follow and what sources I follow as to the content that I receive. So
I'm looking at some penny stocks over here. Admittedly, very like I have Twitter, and every time about once a week when I sign into Twitter, I have hundreds of notifications, and I can never keep up. But that is a great source for like at the minute plays. I like this.
yeah, and like I said, I don't necessarily I don't follow my friends and family or any of that stuff. So my it's purely just news. So like I follow Elon Musk, I follow Donald Trump, I follow like Earnings Whisper, CNN. So a lot of that, it does get hard to kind of track during the day for me, but I am liking what I am seeing here.
Yeah, I'm over here. Just doing some research. Let me see if I can find a contract on this. So
What are you?
I'm looking at
A contract on what?
at a penny stock. I was just about to say before I answer your question. So this live is actually designed for members of our Signals, and our mentorship groups. Well, really, from the bottom up. So Signals, mentorship, mastermind. So what you guys are getting is a preview of what our members get, and we have to have a powwow to determine how long we will continue to share this entire live with you guys. But hopefully you find some value here. And so there will be some plays that I discuss on the live and some that just go in the chat. But I think this is one that I'll share with them, Natasha. And so I'm looking at Cooler. And let me just tell you why I'm interested. It engages in developing, manufacturing, and licensing next-gen carbon fiber thermal management technology for batteries and electronic systems. Womp, 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 right? I don't know what the hell that means.
Sounds like Revenge of the Nerds.
It's a lot of stuff, Let me, I'm gonna show the chart real quick. Share. Hopefully I don't get booted back off. That's not the screen I want to be sharing. Hold on a sec.
So another thing is that we do take chart requests here on this morning live. I see that we've got quite a few viewers. If there's anything that you're looking at that you might find of interest and just want some more analysis on it, please do share. We'd be more than happy to take a look at that. I will say that in about 5 good minutes here, we're going to start opening our brokerage accounts and looking at positions that we have and start closing things. But that's kind of where we are. As you can see, my screen is still being shared. I'm very interested in this coin entry. Let's see where I get my red candle. So I've just kind of switched charts to AppLovin. It's got a really well-defined number up here at 520. Yep, wait a minute. About 524.31. So we'll call that 525. I believe that some of the action that we saw in that was based on some short reporting, and that's a concept that we've discussed before, but I don't really. I mean, it had amazing earnings. It's ripe to run. I think for people who feel like they may have missed an entry on it, these could be exciting times in terms of what we're seeing. But it is done. So like if we look at the daily here, let me try and increase the size of my candles for you. We're still above all of the moving averages here on the daily, the weekly, the monthly. It looks like we're going to get this weekly close, but it's not going to be, it's going to be a red weekly close, but it's not going to be engulfing.
What are you talking about? Because my internet keeps going out, I think.
AppLovin. I like the opportunity here for some further out plays, and I know we kind of discussed that.
I looked at the contracts, and the contracts that I would want, if I remember correctly, yeah, $2,200.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that's, I play them. I think there's a great opportunity setting up here on Meta again too, if you look at what it's doing. Which we also talked about. I know we talked about a particular strike there, so depending on what they cost, I don't want to be. I'd like to be even closer than where I expect them to be, but I know those contracts are going to cost a small fortune for what we're looking at. But it seemed like there might have been an opportunity to kind of get in lower yesterday. And we're going to see if it can hold, but it had a nice sharp, $40 retracement or so over the last week.
So my child takes these trades, right? And I'm looking at them, and I could get much cheaper contracts. I can get 20-cent contracts, but my honest recommendation on this stock is $2.05, and the 50-cent, so deep in the money, as deep as you can be at $2, right? 50-cent contract for January 2026 is under $2. That would be my recommendation. 50-cent January 2026 on KULR. Alternatively, there is a lot more open interest at the July $1 contract, but the delta on those are like 90 and 96 cent respectively, or 96 and 90 cent. So I will be taking several of those.
Okay. Do you want to post that? Because that, like, all those, all the letters in that name was like, kind of got me. Someone wants to know if Meta will recover today. I don't know what level you're looking for it to take out. But
so let's remind the people that we are not financial advisors, and this is not to be considered advice. We don't know what we're doing, but we are just sharing with you our experiences trading options, but you should do your own research. So
absolutely.
got that out the way.
And let me just redraw this fib on the daily. Again, I'm definitely in some Meta for the coming weeks. It definitely looks like we're going to bounce here. How high we bounce? It'll just depend on what the day looks like. My next target is 715. Does that happen today? Don't know. I'm personally sitting in March expirations for 715 and 725. What I will say, though, is with the NDX being as strong as it is, I expect a nice measured move here. I don't think that 707, if we run 707 to 712, is out of the realm of possibilities for today. And that's 3 minutes, Leslie. Let me go back and look at this UNH chart because I am very, very intrigued. Did we determine the next downside number?
377-ish, I think. I was looking at
Okay.
MONOPO. Wow.
Yeah, that one was just a tricky one because it's been up there for so long. I was thinking like threes. Where did you? Okay, let me go and look at this weekly. Like it is. How far back yeah. Like, and normally, so the point in drawing the fib is to capture the price action that you're trying to trade. The way that this thing dropped makes it a little more difficult just because there's so much price action.
Yeah, it just
here.
means go to a higher time frame.
Exactly. Let me redraw. Well, I'm not redrawing anything right this second. But I am looking for an entry. That I will absolutely say. I will also be looking for an entry into NVIDIA. I think it runs hard at the end of the day, just people picking up contracts for its earnings next week. That will not be a long-term play for me. I will buy my contracts probably 2 weeks out, and when I start to see significant profit, I will take that and maybe put a little bit of the profit back in and do it that way so that I am playing with other people's money.
9:29. Let me get my charts together.
It's nice. 9:30 now, ma'am. Okay, so what do we got here?
I think Meta does see a bounce to the 200 moving average today.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to, and I don't typically like to buy right at the open. We're seeing a little bounce. I'm going to look at this coin because I definitely, if you've been around for a while, you know that we like to buy on red candles. And I definitely want to get some coin. Oh, it's sitting. Coin is actually sitting quite nicely. Let's see what we got. Ooh. These coin contracts are kind of pricey. We'll see if I fill. I may have to spend a little more than I wanted to, but we're going to see. There we go. You should fill me. Why aren't you filling me? There we go. And part of selecting your contract is making sure you do not overpay. Okay. I just got filled. Oh boy. I'll read that later.
Definitely see an entry on Grab. And I'm really kind of talking to the people in the mentorship because they should have context for the random stuff that I'm blurting out. So I'm just going through some of the charts of the things that we've traded and have been trading.
Well, Carvana looks like it's putting, just FYI, where we at.
Just look at
Carvana is putting quite nicely, which I'm still holding some puts from yesterday. Palantir looks like it wants to put a little bit, but I don't trust that. I think we're going to see where 15 minutes open. Again, I'm down a little bit on.
Let me check my SLH contracts. So from yesterday is running. Gave applied trade yesterday, I think, but have been trading that.
Your lunar trades actually looked quite nice too. Coin is just kind of a set it and forget it. Ooh, yes. Go ahead and put Carvana. To the I don't listen. Cannot. So back to that concept. Okay, so UNH is having a nice little bounce. Do I want to? I think that fizzles out. But I think it's setting up quite nicely. I may do some lottos here. Let me see. You know, I am pure lotto. Pure lotto play here. So If you don't have significant profits, I don't recommend that you do this, but I am going to take 420 puts that expire. No, wait a minute. Let me look at next week and see what those look like. As I think that UNH is getting ready to start putting again.
I'm not really worried about Carvana because we're at this level right here. So I'm going to see how that develops. If we don't hold this level, then I'll be concerned about my calls. Let's see what Tesla is doing. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think I'm just going to leave UNH alone and focus on what I've got going on here. Though I fully expect that to materialize. Cigna has just gone green again, but I think that's kind of what I would have expected to see.
I say it every day, but I'm going to stop trading in 15 different accounts.
Sure. Like I've so definitely heard that one before.
$20. I was almost in the money on those calls, on my sell age calls. Did they report today?
What was your strike?
35 and 40.
Huh? Oh, okay.
And it opened at 34.11. But you win some, you lose.
Nice. Absolutely. I think what's on with Carvana, and I think you could be correct that we see a bounce.
Applied is, as Dawn would say, running like a streaker. I like that.
Streak.
Applied. Let me look at. There was something else from yesterday.
Lunar, maybe?
No, not Lunar, but that's worth taking a look at. A-Lab, was it?
I think A-Lab was from a couple of days ago, but
this first 15 minutes is just ping pong, really.
Absolutely.
Oh, damn, that's what I meant to do today. Get some more AIFF shares. Let me see if they have maybe gotten options yet. Nope.
Nope. I will say though, the NKGN, when they dropped to like 40 cents, I bought some more. We'll hold those for the next pop.
A-Lab is the one. Oh, I do still have some Carvana puts.
Well, they should be putting, because you were at two. Did you roll or are you still at the 250?
I can't remember from one day to the next. No, I'm at 230s. I took profit on them 250s.
Yeah. So what I have left on my 240s was just the remaining balance. So I was just like, either they work or they don't. Either they work or they don't. And they seem to be working. So I think yesterday's low was, I think, around the 234 on Carvana. I think if something doesn't catch it, I think we get right back there. I do. The rest of my position, I took it like 165% profit. So
yeah, that sounds about like, let me see what Palantir is doing. Palantir, I think, is going to drop again, just based on what I'm looking at on the 4-hour.
Oh, let's see. Who's sharing right now? Okay, you're sharing. Cool.
What is moving? Well, it's about time for me to say I'm hungry. So
Yeah, that's how this normally works. That's how this normally
Get that
works.
out the way.
Are we gonna eat real food today,
At some
or
point. At some point. I'm
okay?
going to, yeah, I'm probably going to get some more AIFF shares. Like I said, I don't think that I
Oh,
think that the news on it is something that should produce sustained gains, not just that one pop. So where am I gonna buy that?
Meta is holding pretty strong today. Yeah, I think those calls are going to pay out quite nicely. I am, if I'm being honest, down 18% just from the drawdown from yesterday, but that's neither here nor there. I bought time, so I'm not worried about it. Let's see, you know what? I'm going to go, while we're doing this, I'm going to go take a look over here at Hims. I felt like that one yesterday. Hims is still up on, whoa, baby. It is what is going on here, Hims. We on the 4 hour on Hims, we have lost the 2150. Where are we going to the 200? On the 4 hour, let's see. On the weekly, we're still above all of the averages on the weekly, but Hims is not looking too himish. We've seen Jesus a good. Let me look at the daily. Oof. We have dropped 20 points since Wednesday on Hims. Looks like there is a little bit more downside though. I know that's one you've been following. Are you still in Tesla puts? Because I know how you love a good Tesla put, Leslie. I think she may be gone. Where are we at? I think we just can't hear her.
I'm gonna be looking to replace this internet service because it always does this at critical times, which is rather frustrating, of course.
I can imagine. I know that you love a good Tesla put. Did you hold any from yesterday?
Yeah, I'm holding. Let me see what it is even.
Because Tesla's putting.
Let me see what's up with Teladoc real
Tesla
quick.
is putting.
Teladoc's gonna bounce. I heard you talking about Hims. Hims is at that level. So what happened with Hims here, right, is
okay, good. You tell me.
So we drew the fib 1-0, traded back to, hold on with my blind self.
Look, that sounds like if people could see me in the camera, like I got my glasses on and I'm still leaning into the screen. Like
it looks like the 7-1 or the 7-9 level, but then it blew the whole fib out. So I always talk about my -2 level being the completion of the fib, and now it has traded back to the 1. So what I would do is just be done with that fib and use this low to this high. That puts us at the 7-9. And so we should see a nice bounce here. That should be a nice entry. And that time, if I put that back, let me see what the time frame was. I'm going to show you guys another nifty tool. This ruler will tell you exactly how long that move took. Is it selected? Yep. So from 96 days, 62 bars. So put some time on your contract and you can basically duplicate that move. I'm going to go back to the 4-hour over the next 90 days. But this is a great entry, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. Do I have the energy to go track down a contract and all of that? Nope. Um, but same on Teladoc. Teladoc is I'm already in Teladoc. Right at that 200 moving average, and so I think that's a great entry as well.
So we're seeing a little tiny. So we're getting ready to complete our first 15-minute candle of the day. Most are going to be decidedly red. And I think for me, it is time for me to, let's see, let me look at what Carvana is doing. It wicked.
Okay, MRUS. I'm looking at some of the stuff that we may not both have traded, but we called over the last couple days. So Applied, MRUS, Upwork was another one. Let's see what it's doing. WK.
If you see that bounce on Palantir, though, like it, that's one hellacious wick. I will tell you.
Upwork. Palantir? PLTR.
Yeah, it went negative and then just wicked right up.
My expectation, just easy off the cuff expectation, is that it'll go to the 200 and then I can try to figure out what it wants to do from there. But conversely, Carvana.
Well, I'm out. I took my little tiny, I guess we're gonna call a little tiny loss on what I had remaining, but again, when you take 160 something percent, and it just kind of is what it is.
1750. I want to come back to I'm rolling some contracts back. So buy to open. Upwork. Mid.
Apple has been incredibly strong the last couple of days. Something needs to happen for it to break out of this range.
I think Monday we get I think Monday. Contracts have expired or are expiring today, and I think things that have not moved will start to move. I'm just rolling some contracts, making some adjustments. What is moving? I'm going to pare down Applied, I think, because I have a lot of different positions on Applied. I have January $10. I will certainly keep those. I'm up 48% on January in the money contract. So I will certainly not be getting rid of those. Let's see what else I have. July, $9 calls, 113% on those. Let's look at the higher time frame instead of sitting here like a deer stuck in the headlights. So how I'm going to determine my exit is, tell you, I use this thing for everything. And if somebody said you can only use one tool, this would be my tool. I need my zero where I want my zero. Like, God, sometimes this math is not helpful, but okay. So we have hit, we haven't even hit the first profit target yet. Okay, so I will be holding that until at least 14. But with my January, I can hold for 20. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm learning patience. Let me go get
Patience. We like patience. We do.
I'm short on it, but I'm working. Short on it, but I'm working on it. 25.
But you're working on it. I love it.
All right, let's buy some AIFF shares and really hold them this time, Leslie. AIFF.
Folks, I would not try this at home. I decided again, and this is just purely I'm in a crap ton of profit this week. So I did decide that I would take these UNH, and they expire today, 440 puts.
In my mind, I said to myself, "Oh, you wildin'," but I get it. I just don't like taking same day trades. I don't know if I'm traumatized, if I've had some negative experience with it that I don't remember.
I mean, I literally put in $270.
Okay.
It's like, but this morning, so you're talking 270 and I only bought 3 contracts, but they were damn near 8 this morning. So if the bottom drops out of it, what are we talking? $270 to $2,400.
Right.
Yeah. Risk reward. Risk reward. Risk reward. That's kind of how I looked at it. And interestingly enough, Meta did kind of what it did yesterday. Oh, yay! Go ahead, keep putting Carvana. I think Carvana is going to go a little lower.
Now I'm looking, right? Let me find this trade because I could have sworn yesterday that I did a tiny little Carvana call, but I'm not seeing it. I do see that 230 put Carvana. All right, it's not in that account. Not in that account.
So those UNHs are up 35% off. I'm sorry, 47%.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm gonna.
I think it can go to 370. I really do.
Probably not today, but I also feel like this is first of all, we're now $17 out of the money. And so it's bouncing back. But just based on what it did this morning, the risk reward was there. And so when we talk about lottoing and if I turn that into $2,400 or better dollars, but I feel like they may dump this at the end of the day, which is part of why I'm kind of unconcerned.
So
Pretty unconcerned.
What are we
What's
trading
Bitcoin
with?
doing?
458.
458, 459, and it's on the struggle bus. It's on the struggle bus. Again, I'm prepared to lose all 270 of the dollars that I put in. It's not that
I would consider a 400 for March 21st, but I know that once I click 2 charts beyond this chart, it's going to be a foregone thing. We'll have forgotten all about it. So
I'll just take a look because it's something I'm going to be. Oh, not okay. I think I'm going to buy that. I think I am. Let's see if I can get filled at something really reasonable.
April 7th.
That would be nice because I think they are going to dump this at the end of the day. I'll let you know if I get filled.
On what?
Got a pretty wide spread. I had a pretty wide spread, and you already know I'm not about that life of what is this? I'm not about that life of paying full price unless something is like really.
PST.
This could be, let me take a look real quick at this. And look at Palantir.
What did you hit the 200 moving average and drop?
I'm just looking at the price action right now. I'm trying to look at a different chart, but let me see. Goodness.
Not even.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, now back to what I was doing here. Did that contract fill? It did. Okay. All right. So I'm back to looking at coin. Let's see how this hourly candle shapes up. We only have 4.5 minutes or so left on it. But yeah, I definitely think the potential for the bottom to drop out of UNH exists, especially at the end of the day. Nobody likes DOJ investigations and things of that nature, especially when your talking heads are calling it fraud and all that. So
it's very, very interesting how hold on, I'm trying to maneuver some contracts. How now so much fraud is being exposed.
I don't know if it's
What's
these
his
Doge
name?
fellas.
What's that comedian's
Elon.
name? No, the comedian. Cat Williams. Cat Williams told us. He warned us. He warned us that it was the season of exposure. Hungry.
Ooh, Palantir. Probably shouldn't have sold those puts, but I did, and it's okay. I think also the market is, are we going to break yesterday's low on coin is what I want to see. I mean, not on coin, on Carvana. Let's look at our daily. We're close. We're close, but we are hitting, on the daily, we are right in that range of the 50. We're definitely below the 21. And we got a whole lot of work to get to.
Damn, applied. That's to be expected. AIFF is now up 20%. So
from this morning's entry, or 20% from where?
20% from the open.
Oh, okay.
But I think that Joker ran like 100 and
Nice.
some odd percent the first time we entered it. Applied.
I took like 102%, something like that. And you had a much better entry than I did, so there's that. Yeah, I think these puts on UNH are going to print quite nicely. Quite nicely.
I kind of agree.
I mean,
I'm going to look at I'm gonna look at some 400s. As a matter of fact, I have looked at 400s. I think they were from March 21st. Let me see if that window's.
I took those just a few minutes ago when we talked about it.
Okay.
I got in at, I paid $385 for those contracts. So there's that.
If there's any, they are cheap as hell though. Was it a 321 or 417 that you took?
321. I think that's plenty of time for that put to play out. What am I looking at now? Oh, another entry. That's what I'm looking for. Another coin entry. I think that news is huge. Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin runs over this weekend. think it definitely needs to try and recapture the 100,000 level today. But what am I looking at? I'm all over the place.
Really paying Bitcoin any mind because it refuses to. What was I looking at? Now this says the
I don't even
417
know.
put. So it refuses to break either of those Fibonacci levels, and yeah.
What I tell you, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. So yeah, I am. And interestingly, the premium is holding very well on coin because I entered some March 7 to 85s, and even with this drop, they're still in profit. So there's that. I think I'm gonna take my profits on Carvana here. Let me see. Let's take a look at this 15. Yeah, it's almost time. Almost.
I spent far too much time looking at contracts. 321.
What do you? I can find you a contract. What are you?
Looking for
What are you trying to?
something on what do you call it? UNH. And I guess I had not updated it, but then the spreads are crazy because I'm looking at
And that's when I was just like, oh, when I was like, I'm not going to pay full price. Yeah, that.
yeah, I'm not.
Um,
So the bid is $1.50. The ask is
I don't know how
$5.55.
I ended up. I thought I bought a 400. I bought a 410. March 21. That was by accident. I can promise you that was by accident. I meant to buy the 400. I actually think that the 400 is not bad for. I don't hate it. And it's trying to bounce a teeny tiny bit, but I don't hate it. Like I said, I find on this one, I would find a contract I like and put in your limit order and see if you can get filled, because it's bouncing between this $2 to $3 at a time here. So, but like I said, my anticipation is that they're going to dump this at the end of the day. Very, very
I
hard.
feel like we should really be focusing some more attention on China at this point because we have all of this range from 143 to $323.
Baba, absolutely.
Baidu.
Absolutely.
Baidu is very well positioned. I'm already in that one though, so let's look at PDD.
I think we all are. Well,
PDD as well. I don't know. I need to get some
you're
PDD for
fixed.
sure.
I took profit on PDD earlier this week. Did exactly. I like that March monthly contract on PDD. 140 is what I sold.
There was another way upward.
Let's look at
Yeah, Upstart. What did I call on Airbnb this morning?
You asked what you called on something, and I was asking what.
Oh, I did. I called Airbnb puts. So that's good. That's a good look. Airbnb 150s. We had 150.35. So hopefully somebody got in it. Well, Carvana.
Getting a whole entire stomach cramp.
Data Bridge. Data Bridge was a play from yesterday that I think is going to run pretty good today. I wanted to look at Wix reported, and I guess it didn't go so well. Overweight by. So let's look at a higher time frame. I don't know if Natasha got booted off or if she ran to do something. But this is my routine. Looking at stuff I'm in or stuff I might be interested in getting in. Add this to this watch list. So IQ has caught my eye. Let's see what they do. Natasha, you back? Volatile. Entertainment services. Positive net income. 4.3, 4.7. Decent revenue. So we were just talking about, or I was just talking about, kind of spending or giving China some attention. And this is a online entertainment provider in China. It's something let me see if they have options. I think I am where a lot of people have their few stocks that they like to trade. I'm an innovation trader. So we got 250s. That's too short. I like to trade innovation, technology, disruptors. Maybe a little bit that could be considered more high risk, but it's also significantly higher reward. So you will see me trade some things that you may not have seen before. That could be a good thing or a bad thing.
You know what? We've kind of talked about this and just how I like to trade, what I trade, and what have you. And I think our styles complement each other. I've been taking some of these trades I wouldn't otherwise have taken, and they have been paying quite nicely.
That, and so that is, I think it's a spillover from my investing style is I don't so back when we first started learning, right? We were taught that model of you pick these solid companies, centurions, dividends, blah blah blah. And when I did that, what I found was, wait, Baba doesn't pay dividends, so that means that this doesn't fit into that model. And so it motivated me, I guess, to create more portfolios of things that were not those visas. And I just broke my glasses.
Oh,
Whatever.
say it ain't so. But you listen, I know you have another pair sitting
Look,
around.
I just reached over and grabbed another pair.
I
Won't
was about
break
to say,
these.
wait.
I just can't believe I did that. I was cleaning them and they just broke. Anyway, so I wanted to go out in search of more speculative investments. And over the years, it's become my trading profile, also, I guess.
I like it though. I mean, I think that there's something for everyone. Just like some of the stocks that have been purchased, like we talked about AAIF, that was a quick 101, 102% over like 20 hours or something like that. It was, and yes, we had to buy the hard shares, but that was a really quick over a very short period of time. Like, and I took my money and I ran.
I'm buying right now some June $1.50 IQ calls. That's my
Okay.
China play. I'm gonna get in PDD because I like the way the chart is set up. But right now, my China play that's on the table is that IQ June
And I
dollar
think you
fifty.
may take some more PDD with you. I already I already got paid on that 140 strike on the March monthly, so I may roll down to the 135 just to see my profit pretty quick. Um what is Upstart doing? Let's see. I had to got so many charts going.
Man, here we go. Too many windows. IQ. There was something else. Let's see.
Hems bounced.
So somebody said on the other night, and I know they're gonna know exactly who I was talking about, but I don't care because we have that kind of relationship that I can use him as an example. And so he says in training the other night, Wednesday, I don't think fibs work. And I'm like,
Huh?
don't say fibs don't work. Say you don't know how to work them. Because it's definitely not a coincidence that this is occurring at this fib level.
No, I don't think it is either.
So I
Um,
just trying to figure out how to teach them more effectively.
Now, I have taken some profit. Let me look at this. Take this, drop this to the weekly. Why do I have? Okay. I
That's
keep.
one of the real issues with this is too much talking and not enough taking profit. Because there are probably things I should have taken profit on since we've been on here. But
Yeah, probably. And I keep looking away. That's how we end up like, oh, I forgot to buy that contract. Oh, I forgot to buy that contract. I forgot to buy that. I forgot to buy that. Um,
artificial intelligence technology solutions. What the hell do they do?
don't know. I'm seeing a pretty good entry, I believe, here on Upstart. I think that
I'm so deep in Upstart. Share it with the people because I don't need to buy another Upstart contract at this point.
let me get my share on. All right. So what I'm looking at here is just what it did. And so I'll go back to my daily, which is where I drew my fib. We're right here at the 7-1. We might wick back into the 618, but that's a little bit of movement. I don't think that we're going to see that. Is when you drop down to this hourly, if you can see, price is right here at the 200. Oh wait, how did my account balance? I just lost some profit somewhere. Okay. I'll figure that out in a second. Where I lost this profit at. But if you're looking on the hourly, it's kind of sitting right here at the 200 on the hourly. It had a secondary offering, which is why I think we saw this drop. And that secondary, I'm thinking, should be done probably next couple of days. So I will be looking at, and again, this is something that I've taken profit on a couple of times already. I'll be looking to replace those contracts. And I believe I originally had like 90s and 95s with it having come down so significantly. I can probably get closer to the money longer out. Right now, I would be looking at
Amazon's still dropping.
like still putting. I'm probably looking at 85 calls on Upstart for let's see where the action is.
Can't remember if I put the link in the chat this morning or not.
Well, I saw some of the members here.
Okay.
I definitely like the 85s for 417. I will be looking for an entry.
AMD is finally going to move.
Which one?
AMD.
I think all of the chips are going to move. Honestly, I think they're going to start this whole. You're going to see a pop in all of them, especially in the coming week, just because you have the Amazon earning. I mean, not Amazon, NVIDIA earnings coming up. They should, in theory, all be running in tandem. That would be my thought here.
What tiny company did I see? Oh, no, I read something about Lam Research this morning.
Oh, listen, LRCX, LRCX is big for me. And they make the cooling racks, them and SMCI, they make the cooling racks for these data centers.
So the funny thing is, back in the day, I always thought Lam Research was some type of medical company. But so this morning, as I was looking at it, I've been aware for a while now, since I started doing this research, that for the index, that there are like several stages and several parts of that whole semiconductor process. So I'm gonna try to get that nailed down some more. Like what companies are in different stages. GFAI, I think it was one. GFAI. No, it wasn't Guardforce. It was the one that Rita shared. GFS.
Yeah, Upstart looks like it's ready.
Who does?
Upstart. I know you said you don't need no more Upstart, and that's cool. I respect that. But I sold mine, so now I need some more.
So my target would be 107-ish, depending on how much time you got.
Okay.
And daily ATR, I don't know. The daily looks like it could go deeper.
Are we talking about Upstart? Oh, I mean, I think that we on the 4 hour we wicked right here back into the to the 50. Let's see what we do on the daily. We wicked back into the 71, stopped in between the 71 and the 618. Still above your moving averages. On the 15, which would be my preference for entry.
You should have gotten AIFF with me.
And I probably will. It's like, again, well, I don't have to tell you, like we're here doing this every day, trying to close trades, open trades, monitor, and all the things. Let us see what AIFF is doing.
I need to become more organized. That's something that I'm learning.
Oh, there's still plenty of room in AIFF though.
I mean, they literally just getting started.
I know.
Yep.
Because the first set I took it like 14 something. So
All right, I'm gonna get in PDD. What contract in PDD are you in?
remember I sold my PDD last week, but that's right. I'm supposed to be getting back in. Let's see. I personally like. Let's see what my. Oh, that 140 was a mean contract. They're kind of expensive, and I would wait for a tiny bit of retrace. But I like the 135s for the March monthly expiration.
So
A
I'm
little bit
looking
high,
at
but
135 from
I think you could even push it out as I know they're just high.
No, I'm not looking at that. So because I believe in 5 weeks, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so March 21st now is like the equivalent of a day trade date for me.
Well,
So I would be looking at honestly, based on what I'm seeing on the chart, I'm looking at the April 17th 150s.
that was yep. That was exactly
Now
where I
let
was
me
going.
examine whether I want to wait for some type of retrace. I know it's going to happen, and I know it's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. So I might as well, or this might have been it, honestly, this little wick on the 15.
Might
No,
have.
it's
I'm trying
coming.
to
It's
Carvana.
coming.
Well, Carvana's sitting right at the 50. It's bounce or die here. So you maybe want to take a look at your puts. They're putting.
Let's see. I'm so glad that I did not. I can't find it anyway. Can't
What
find
your
a
put or
call.
your call?
A call. I thought I had bought a call, like a little cheap call yesterday.
Ironically, though, I'm kind of like Palantir's coming back down, but I think it bounces in a little bit. I don't. I may be taking some Palantir calls, but I'd like to get it as low as possible. Uh, Carvana, that's the play of the day.
If my Tesla just I need $1 more and I'll be in the money on Tesla. Yeah, Carvana is looking nice. And let me draw another fib real quick. Drawing a fib from the low of January 13th
Okay.
to February 19th. And I mean, I guess it could get to 229. But before, let me see what my other fib was saying.
Look at
200. That's
NKG and go. I'm up like 75% on my last buy.
on what? In case, what's it called?
NKGN.
NKGN.
Mm-hmm.
I think Carvana could get to 200. Let me look at this monthly chart again.
We talked about that yesterday.
I don't remember, girl. I don't remember what we talked about at the open of this. ah, yeah, I think Carvana could get.
Absolutely could. It's sitting here at this level where it better bounce or it's gone.
Basically, 222 looks like a support of sorts. Well, I shall be holding. I might double down on it actually.
What did you say you were in? Because I'm sitting here. I may roll.
Where is it? 230s. Yeah, I need to roll these. And what is that? It says I'm up. Oh, I'm up 193.79% today. I'm gonna roll.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Carvana. That's the power of just kind of holding some of this stuff too. Interestingly enough, UNH is bouncing a little bit. My poor little tink tink puts, my 440 puts have lost a lot of value. But again, we are talking about, $270. It's fine. It's definitely fine.
I just want
I believe they're going to dump these at the end of the day. I just do. And the way that they're dumping everything else just kind of makes me like, huh. I think I was looking at some entries and we're almost at 10:30. So this action doesn't surprise me. I think we see a little bit more drawdown, and I think we start to make our move back up probably right after the lunchtime lull. Like we'll see some stabilization, but I think we are. Ooh, SPY. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, 60.88. We could go to 60.60. I'm on a hold daily. Let's look at the hourly here.
I'm gonna get some March 21st 200s
on
Carvana.
That doesn't sound like a bad play.
No, I don't think I ever did anything with PDD. No, I started the order and then I got distracted by.
But I look at the draw. Look at the volume on these hourly candles for for all of it. Let's look at the NDX. There's some pretty good volume on these candles. Let's look at volumes over here on. So look at the hourly. Give you a better idea. Yeah, I don't know that I am. Why is coin dropping?
I talked to them in training the other night about this for me, it's so counterintuitive, this 10:30 hour, because as I'm looking at my charts, I feel like this is when, what was that chart? Wait a minute. Light bar, light bridge. This is when everything starts to retrace.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
RXT.
So I think like I said, we're going to see a slowdown and just a little bit of leveling out. Just a little bit of, okay. We're not even going to mess with the computer. Just a little bit of leveling out. And I think around lunchtime, we start to see a nice little bounce, more of that V shape that we saw yesterday. And that'll be that. I'm liking. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. So we look at this, right, and it's just like, oh, well, this seems like a lot of movement. But if you look at like the indices, like we talked about before in that downward movement, we are still on the daily for SPX. We're right at the 21, but we're still above all of the moving averages. And this 10:30 candle here.
Distracted by hunger. Wait a minute. And a messenger. Let me give me a sec. Not that you need me to be talking with you.
No, but I mean, if you look at where we are, we're kind of primed for a bounce. Anything that's still going down after 10:30 has a reason it should be going down. The rest of this stuff doesn't really make any sense. And we are at that make or break 606 level here on SPY. Just not seeing. Look at it on the daily. Put it into your moving averages. They're doing exactly the same thing. Meta is managing to stay green, very, very, very lightly green. Yeah. No, I think I'm, again, this 10:30 hour. Let me see how this next, what this 15-minute here. Oh, look at the wick on France.
I still did not enter PDD. God damn it. Let me just do it. I'm waiting for, I keep calling myself waiting for a retrace. And then every time I look, I'm like, why didn't you just enter? Let me just see if I can get filled at the ask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think that's what I meant to do. Oh.
What is it you're doing?
I'm looking at the date on this contract, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't what I meant to buy. Let's go back to the well. They have 82,000 open interest on March 160s.
Mm. What's the delta?
Hold on, where'd it go? 12 cent, 13 cent. The question is, can it get there? Let's see. I had 150. I definitely had it getting to 150 now that I think about it. So let me do something different.
And so, for some of you guys newer to trading, all of our people are pretty well versed. But if you're not, clearly, when trading options, and I feel crazy even having to say this, you want your strike to be within reason. But remember, to gain profit, it just needs to move in your general direction, not general, in the direction you have chosen. So, just keep that in mind. You know, buying a 160, you could absolutely see 100% on that with maybe a 7-8 point move and it never get to the money. And app loving is just the not getting no love.
At this point, let me see. What does a 4 hour look like? I've not played. I don't even know how I became aware of app loving, honestly. But I've not ever played it. And with the kind of contracts that I like to trade, it just is unappealing at this point. Um, and that may be because, let me see something. And that's not even because it's moving in a direction. So I feel like now I'll be able to get better prices. Looking at the daily chart, we are at the 618. So I think we got another possible $10 of downward movement, and then I can look at some calls.
Mm-hmm.
PDD.
And it may get there today. I'm kind of intrigued by the action that I'm seeing because there's really no reason for us to be down at this point. The roll should be complete. But what do you do on a day like today? You make your money on your puts. And then you switch to calls when when it's appropriate. And yeah.
So PDD is pulling back
Mm-hmm.
as expected. That's good. AIFF is giving you another entry. Do I want to take profit on applied? I think I got contracts that. Let's see. July and January. I might sell these shares though. I bought some shares yesterday, and then after all of the hoopla was over, I was like, "Duh, I don't really want to be buying shares." And I know that I want shares, but what's better for me is I'm gonna sell these shares. I might not sell them today, but what's better for me, and I can't wait to have this option selling class, but is to buy an at the money leap, and then a year from now or 9 months from now execute my leap and still take profit on the option, if that makes sense.
That made perfect sense. I mean, it's a strategy.
I'm in profit on my oh no wonder I'm in profit on my Tesla put.
Well, you
Ow.
just automatically want to be.
I wasn't so I have Tesla and Carvana. I need to do something about Carvana. I think I have Tesla and Carvana on the TV, and so I'm
Uh,
not like actively looking at them, but I kind of need to do that real quick.
yeah.
Uh,
If we can't get a bounce in these indices, though, I think I am like the nominal move here on Carvana. We got 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I won't let this, and so that being the thing, right? You never want to let your trade go against you. I am firmly in profit, and I intend to keep said profit. So
yeah, I'm getting out. Because I'm pretty sure that what's going to happen here is it's going to trade up to
just like it
those
did yesterday.
lower moving averages and then come back down. But because of the contract I had, I can't. I'm gonna take this profit and then I'll look at it later for a reentry. Actually, I'm going to set an alert, and I'm on the 5. Do I want to look at the 15? I'm going to set an alert on the 21 moving average on the 15 and look at it then. So we want price to be crossing. Hmm. Now, oddly enough, every day my alerts go off like crazy, and I
At
haven't heard
9:30,
a
yes, ma'am.
thing today.
You know what?
Amazon is
I'm
coming to
hungry.
213.
You guys are gonna have to excuse me for like 2 minutes. My coffee is cold, and I need like a snack cake or something because my stomach is screaming. I'll be right back.
Okay. Manage orders. Let me see if I got filled on my Carvana sell, and then I will go back to sharing some charts. No. All right, hold on. Okay, got filled. I'm going to try. My internet was not allowing me to look at. Hold on, here we go. My internet wasn't allowing me to look at the chat. And it's still not. So if you have questions for us, or for me in particular about the mentorship or anything else, any of the trades we've taken today, just shoot me a message on Facebook, or leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. But just so you know, we do have a Signals chat that once we decide to stop this free preview of the daily lives, the Signals chat will include this live every morning, and of course the chat, and then there's a mentorship that includes those two things with the added element of 4 hours of live training per month. And then there is a mastermind that if you want more information on, and that is like our all inclusive high ticket program. So if you want more information on that, definitely shoot me a message and we can schedule a call, because it's the kind of thing that you have to qualify for. Some of you may have seen me talking about how after so long, for me now 12 years of fooling with trading, starting with Forex back in 2012. Is kind of, and the fact that I'm a retired therapist is kind of easy for me to figure out what the likelihood is that just your lifestyle, your level of commitment will lend to you being a profitable trader within the year time frame of the mastermind or not. And so I want to work with people who are willing to give themselves the best chance. And so it's for that reason that I require kind of an interview for the mastermind.
Absolutely.
All right. So what do I need to look at? AMSC. I think team is setting up. Let me move this fib. Where is it even drawn?
What's everybody's favorite Tim doing? Oh,
Flat.
that's good though. Because when it starts to move again, it's gonna move.
Mm-hmm. I like team here. I do like team here. Let me see if I can find the contracts.
Oh, did you close your Tesla put yet, ma'am?
Why? Is it
Because it
coming
is
back?
putting. No, it's not coming back. It's just putting. Just be, you're probably up significantly on it. Just maybe something you want to look at.
Well, I don't have today because I can't. My little heart won't stand that kind of trading.
I don't have today either. The only thing I had for today was that $270 worth of UNH. And again, it represents a fractional portion of a percent of it's fine.
I can't find the team contracts that I called. Badu. NGD. What is NGD? Apparently I called call on it. Let me look at it.
Yeah,
It was a
Bitcoin just can't
$3 call. Let's see what day that was. Billy 25. Okay, so the Billy 25's almost gotten the money. I'm looking for the team contract because if I can find it, I will enter it at this level. These are yesterday's cooler. QFin. IonQ.
I smell.
So I want to check Airbnb, Cisco, Oracle. And this is going to be quick.
I'll look at Airbnb for you. It is
I
still
had some
put.
January 75s on Cisco. And Airbnb, Cisco. What was the other one I said? X. X. No, X.
Meta went back negative again.
What are you eating?
Carvana just.
Oh, I
I'm done now. It
thoroughly
was a
expect Meta to keep dropping. Like, I don't know, but um, let's see, 662. Yeah, it'll probably do what Amazon has been doing and drag it out, but I definitely, because what's stopping it? Let's see. There's this big green candle. Um,
hold on.
685.
Let's see. Something. Something.
ATR
Something just
is
happened with
ATR is
Google.
$17. High to low, it's $10. Yeah, I would short Meta if I hadn't looked at it so late. Let me see what. Yep, right now I'm gonna set an alert
I think it's.
on the 50 moving average on the 15.
It was looking pretty good this morning, though.
It ain't
Yeah,
now.
I think it can. What is going on? Something just happened with
They probably not
Google.
paying
I don't
somebody
know
else
if
their
it's just.
taxes. Let's see.
Oh, here we go with this feverish green candles, like almost on cue. Almost on cue. Here we go.
So that's not a whole, it looks more exciting than it actually is, but I just think that Google's gonna go to 175. Um, but it really is just time for them to pull back.
Oh, on
Mhm.
Google?
All
Yeah.
of these, like the whole
But
Mag
it just
7,
seemed like out of nowhere.
I don't see anything that is directly Alphabet exec sells 3.28 million in stocks. So what? Um, FTC invites public to disclose experience with tech platforms, but that was 4 hours ago. I don't see anything to justify it other than what's SPY doing or SPX.
Sitting here at that level that it is either going to bounce or die.
So I think my last two
It's sitting
trades
at
for the
6.
morning will be Google and PDD.
I'm not opening anything new this morning. I'm kind of good with what I've already got. Um, yeah, I'm good with what I've already got. Clearly stalking. Probably in today once things start moving again. Just some Nvidia for the bounce. Clearly, the catalyst is its earnings next week. Whatever drawdown we're seeing right now, we have to wait for this to subside. I said I'm not at all surprised by the action in SPY right now. Oh, look at you. Go ahead, CJ.
What's CJ saying?
He caught some SPY puts. He actually caught some Meta puts, some Amazon puts. Okay. Sounds like somebody's been listening.
A little bit, a little
I
bit.
appreciate it.
All right, so I'm gonna grab these
Little bit,
Google
little bit.
puts
I mean,
because let's see what at the money is looking like. Ay ay ay. Um,
yeah.
I think that what I think this can actually get, what do I want to say and how do I want to say it? Um
Google?
Huh?
I tend not to play Google. That's it. Are you talking about
No, I'm
Google?
talking about this so one of the things that I noticed, and I've been doing this for a long time, I think I had a Signals chat in 2019, is that it not forces is probably not the right word, influences you to do more trading than you usually would, speaking for myself. And like by this time I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get up and go do some stuff, even if it's just go make some breakfast.
I mean, I've made my money for the day. That's why I said, like, I'm completely happy to close out and come back later once all of this round the world is
I
done.
feel you.
It's either going to work or it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. So I'm thinking about
but I think this drawdown is.
I'm definitely gonna do a poll. When's another training? Not till Wednesday. I'm gonna probably query the chat. Not really. I don't know. You and I will talk about 10:30 maybe. Because I think at 10:30, 10:35-ish, we can say, all right, this is what we expect to happen for the next hour and a half or so, and then look for entries on this, and this. And then just go, if we need to say something else, say it in the chat. But I do think that 9 to 11 is a bit much. It's a bit much. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I know what your thoughts are on that.
I do too, and I think it's plenty for people who, I believe, not even believe, as we discussed, structuring this so that you can come in, if you're at work and you've got a 15-minute break, you can kind of come in here and catch something, or see what's going on or what's happened or what have you. So,
What did I just buy?
Leslie, I don't know, but
Did I not get filled? I'm gonna be
Carvana
real mad if that trade didn't get filled. Oh, Lord help me. No, I didn't get filled. All right, let's do this again.
Carvana is looking real, real, really like it could. Ugh. Yeah, Carvana is looking very, very bleak. It's definitely, there's a lot of stuff that's looking kind of like it wants to fall off a cliff. I wish UNH would just go ahead and do what it wants to do.
The price you've entered for limit price is invalid. Why? Because I'm not going to do $1. I guess I will do $1. I never got filled on my IQ leaps. And something else I didn't get filled on. An Upwork roll. I did get filled on Google. And I want to buy another one. Okay. 180. I mean,
SPY is holding on for dear life. Oh,
CJ caught that Amazon at the right time, didn't he?
Didn't he? Didn't he? And go 60-60. Like it. I can see some more downside here.
Now,
on this Carvana.
We'll say, let me see what I see. We'll say, so I just thought of something funny that's probably not going to be funny to anybody else, but about your trading influencing what you eat, right? And so I think we're going to Fleming's this weekend. The kids are traveling.
Okay.
to
Oh, they're going together. Oh, that's
Isn't
nice.
that
How
cute?
sweet.
Isn't that?
It is. My kids like to do things together, and I'd be like, yes, y'all go right on ahead. Like, gone are the days where I have to be the mom taxi for everything, except for school. Like, they'll decide they want to get together and go to a football game or whatever it is that they call themselves doing, and I love it. I love it. I
I'm gonna
love it. I
set an
love it.
alert here. I don't know if I'm showing my charts, but it doesn't seem like it. I am. Okay.
Let's see.
So I'm gonna set an alert
Yep.
for Carvana because I do see it going at least another fib level. I want the price to reach the
And I think that's the beautiful thing about giving yourself time on a contract.
facts. I really wouldn't have it any other way. I've tried every other way over the years, and I've had some really exciting times, but that's another reason why I'm selective about who I work with, because all that fun and excitement is not necessarily always profitable. And so you have to be a more mature individual to let or to sacrifice the dopamine hits for actual profitability. And so we have some people in our mentorship program, our mastermind program, that just reached that point in their career where they're like, yes, let me try. So that's all.
All right. Well, it is 10:55. Does anybody else have anything they want to look at or any questions? I guess we'll take that as a no. Leslie seems to have some internet issues.
I'm sorry, what did you ask me?
So, oh, okay. You cut out, so I just assumed you were having some internet issues.
And because I'm not looking at the screen when I'm having them, I'm not aware. So if I get quiet, chances are. Oh, I asked, what are you up on your, and I want to call them Nick Gen, but NKGN shares?
Let me go look.
32%.
Oh, so they were higher this morning. I bought back in at like 40 cents the other day, so I'm up about 52 now. I was up much more this morning.
I want to see. That's what I'll do. You can go ahead and talk about anything you want to talk about for the last few minutes. I'm just going to scroll through and see if there are any shares that look good before we go.
Well, Grab was a nice call, picking up some more yesterday. I can say that. I can definitely say that. So no, I mean, I think that you guys are all set up with what you should be watching, what you should be watching for, and what that looks like. Hopefully, I like to every day tell you to take profit when you see it. And I also like to hammer home that cash is a position. You live to trade another day. Don't be greedy. Greedy sometimes gets shot. So definitely don't be greedy. Take your money and run. Otherwise, the market maker will eat you for lunch.
I just laughed so hard in the inside at greedy.
Why? What are you doing?
Nothing. I just thought about when I was a kid, people used to say, Gimme got shot. Hilarious.
And listen, Gimme is working on having his brains blown out. That's right. But you know what? They will do that. Um, yeah, yeah. So you just be careful. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're not going to make $1 million in one day either.
That's the most important thing I think either of us has said today is I think traders are trying to build Rome in a day. And it's costly.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. It can be. It can be. So, I just encourage everybody to, I don't know. Again, remember that cash is a position, just like yesterday, where if you didn't have any cash and you opened red down everything, if you didn't have any cash to take those puts, your account probably got smoked. And the other thing I like to hammer home is always buy time. You'll think yourself, I'm starting to see a little bit of, okay. I think I am, because here we go with that nice little bounce around 10:30. Things are starting. Palantir just went green again. Apple's green again. Anything that's still falling on a put is falling for a reason. And you may see some things that don't belong up having a pretty decent day. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to. So just be careful. I would be, my best advice to you is going to be to really be present at Power Hour today. I think you'll find some extremely good setups. As I'm definitely seeing a lot of bullish reversals coming. And that's all I got for the good folk today.
Indeed, I think you pretty much drove home all of the most important messages. Of course, we'll be, if we see something develop, we'll be dropping it in the chat. But with that, we're going to close the show. Peace, guys. See you Monday.
All right, good people. Will we?
Do we trade Monday?
Don't you have a Monday appointment? I don't know what time your appointment is on Monday.
3:30.
Oh, okay. So then, yes, we will see you on Monday. All right, good people.